I'm talking a little bit about fracture lines. Now, I've just spoken about factions. Man, oh man, oh man, they are so dangerous. They are so dangerous. Anyone that promotes factions and any followers that support factions, right, ought to be just get out, mate, out you go. They are no good for our country and our freedom movement, mate. I'm telling you, they are highly toxic. Take it from an old faction warrior. Now, okay, if factions are the name of the game, you know, in the freedom movement, the truth movement, that's the way it's going to continue, then sure, okay, no worries, man. I've had 40 years experience, mate, of dealing with fucking factions, right? So doesn't worry me. It's not going to worry me. I know how this game's played. But I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's no good for our country and it's no good for this movement, any of this stuff about factions. Okay, so I want to move on. Listen, I want to get this word, 2 words absolutely clear, ladies and gentlemen. Belligerent occupation. What? Belligerent occupation, right? Now, everyone in the freedom movement now is saying belligerent occupation. Finally, right, we have got broad agreement amongst everybody that that is the trouble. Out to all of this stuff that's going on inside of parliaments, inside of United Nations, all this stuff, right, is a consequence of this belligerent occupation that we have upon our nation, and it is holding us, the population, to ransom. Okay, we are held hostage. Okay. And the reason why we know it's a belligerent occupation, because we've got agreement and evidence from all of those fantastic elders of this body of research. It's a body. It's not one book. It's a whole body. And I'm talking about Dick Yardley and Rod Cullerton and Wayne Glue and Romney Stewart. And others, many others out there. There's a lot of others as well who've all been, coming to the same, that we have a belligerent occupation. Now, Laura, there are people inside this freedom movement and inside this truth movement who you are never gonna hear them. They will never ever utter those 2 words. Belligerent occupation. They will never utter those words and will never, despite all of the evidence, despite all of the proof. And I want to tell you why. Because if they admit that we have a belligerent occupation, it means that they themselves, right, and I'm specific, those people who are in Parliament, those people who are judges or those people who are cops or whatever. It means they are part of this belligerent occupation. That's what it means. That's what it means, right? Because they've got no lawful authority, no constitutional authority at all, none. It's not me, it's all of this body of work that's been put out there. You are never, this is a fracture line inside of the freedom movement. It's in here in Australia. It's a fracture line, a huge fracture line. You've got those us, because you've got 3 factions. You've got 3 factions here. Huge. I'm not being scientific about this, legalistic. We're just talking over a cup of tea. Okay. You've got 3 big. You've got us, ordinary Australians. We pay the freight. We are being bled dry. You got us, and then sitting on top of us, you got all these courts, all these cops, all these councils, all these parliaments, all this mass media, big pharma, and all that on top of us. They are the belligerent occupation. They make up this belligerent occupation. All of these moving parts. Now that's faction number 2, but faction number 3 over on one side are those that don't form officially part of the belligerent occupation, but they profit from this belligerent occupation. They profit. They are opportunists. They are profiteers. They live grand lifestyles. They profit from our misery, the misery that this belligerent occupation puts upon us every day. This profiteers, this third faction, right, they are profiteering and doing very well. Now the fracture line is this, is that Como John is saying we have to remove the belligerent occupation. We have to remove it in its entirety, right, and get rid of it so that our country can find its feet again and move on, right? Okay, that's Como John. That's what I'm saying. But you have this faction number 3 who are saying, no. We can fix it up. We can fix it up. We can fix the courts. We can fix the cops. We can fix the councils. We can fix Big Pharma. We can fix mass media. We can fix it all up. And all you got to do is resubmit back to it all again. And then we move on. That's the fracture line, sister. And to all your audience out there, you need to understand what they want to do here. I mean, they want to bring all their Freemasonic secret society institutions with them into our new Australia, because we are getting our country back, sister. It's going to happen. I mean, and Americans and British, they're going to get their countries back. This global satanic tree has been ring-barked, and it's been slowly dying over the last 7 or 8 years. Trump has ring-barked it, and it's been dying. And it's going to come down very soon, very soon. We're going to get our countries back. But these secret societies and these profiteers who are living high off the hog at our expense, right? They want to bring all of that shit with them so they can. They want us to walk out of one slave system, right? Okay, and then walk freely of our own free will back into another one that they say that they can fix up. Now, my question to your audience, my question to everyone out there in this bloody digital universe, right, is what the hell are they asking me to commit to? What do they want me to fix up here? What are they trying to fix up and repair? Well, I'll tell you what they're trying to fix up and repair. It's a Vatican-controlled slave system. It's a Vatican-controlled slave system. They invented all this shit. And before that, it's the central bankers, and that goes all the way back to the fucking Bible. That's how long this racket has been going on, So they want us, ordinary Australians, to fix this piece of complete shit slave system up and then resubmit to it. And Como John saying, no. It's all got to be swept away. All got to be swept away lawfully, peacefully. It's all got to be swept away. And then Australians, once it's found its feet again, its lawful feet, constitutionally, then allow the country then to have a discussion and come up with some great ideas and move on from there. That's my opinion. And so this third faction, I'm being very loose in my descriptions here, but it's the only way I can describe it. They are a coalition. They are a faction. And this faction is going to do everything they can to suffocate this national strike, ladies and gentlemen. That is a fact. That is a fact. Okay? And I don't mind. I'll name people. I want to get the discussion out in the open. That's what I want to do. I don't want to, have big personality shit fights. I want to, let's talk all amongst us, the Australian people. Let's talk about what we're being asked here. Let's have it out. Let's have it out. Let's have a contest of ideas out there, because I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that. These people, man, I'm saying no way. And we have people in gatekeepers inside this freedom movement who have invited these profiteers, these opportunists into our movement. They're sitting at our table. They are sitting at our table, and they are funding things inside the freedom movement, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, come on. You want to talk about vested interests, conflicts of interest, and all the rest of it, mate. I mean, I support